Welcome to another episode of Life Lessons, where we delve into the paths that lead to a richer, more meaningful life. Today, we're diving into a concept that not only influences our personal development, but permeates every corner of our existence: the transformative power of continuous improvement. Far more than just a tool for professional success, continuous improvement is a deeply rooted philosophy, one that, when genuinely embraced, becomes a guiding force capable of reshaping how we approach all aspects of life. It influences the way we build relationships, pursue personal goals, and cultivate inner strength, resilience, and emotional well-being. At its core, this philosophy asks us to reject the idea that life is a series of static achievements and instead see it as an ongoing journey of growth and refinement. By consistently striving to evolve, whether through learning, self-reflection, or adjusting our habits, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities for transformation. Today, we'll explore how this mindset of continuous improvement can breathe new life into our daily routines and lead us toward a deeper sense of fulfillment. Let's take a moment to reflect on how these small, yet intentional steps can shape not only our future, but also how we experience the present moment. Let's take a deep dive into this powerful concept and examine its application in our everyday lives. Continuous improvement is not just a principle, it's a way of life, one that shifts how we see ourselves and our journey through the world. At its core, continuous improvement is the belief that growth is an ongoing process, not a singular event or a final destination. We're often led to believe that success means reaching a specific point, a degree, a promotion, a life milestone. However, true fulfillment doesn't come from these isolated achievements alone. It comes from the daily pursuit of betterment, those small, sometimes imperceptible actions we take that, over time, create a profound shift in our lives. In the realm of personal development, this concept invites us to embrace the notion of constant self-awareness, a continual examination of where we are versus where we want to be. It urges us to challenge our routines, beliefs, and habits. Continuous improvement is not about chasing perfection. Instead, it's about seeking progress, understanding that perfection is elusive, but growth is within reach. This process requires humility, a recognition that we don't have all the answers and that it's okay to evolve. Think of it like steering a ship in the middle of an expansive ocean. At first, a tiny change in the ship's direction might seem inconsequential, but over time, that minor adjustment can completely alter its course, leading to a vastly different destination. In the same way, the small improvements we make in our lives, the decision to wake up a little earlier, to listen more attentively, to be kinder to ourselves, may seem insignificant in the moment, but they have the power to reshape our entire trajectory. This is the essence of continuous improvement. The realization that each step forward, however small, is a step toward becoming a better, more fulfilled version of ourselves. We often overlook the profound impact that small, incremental changes can have on our lives. In a world where grand transformations and quick successes are often celebrated, we can easily fall into the trap of thinking that only big, dramatic actions lead to meaningful progress. However, the truth is that the most enduring and transformative changes tend to happen gradually, often without fanfare. These are the subtle shifts that occur when we make a conscious effort to improve the smallest aspects of our daily routines. Whether it's choosing to drink more water, dedicating 5 minutes to meditation, or becoming more present and engaged in conversations. The beauty of these small actions lies in their compounding effect. Much like how compound interest works in financial investments, the cumulative power of tiny, consistent efforts in our personal development can lead to exponential growth over time. Consider the example of health and fitness. You don't suddenly wake up one day brimming with energy, strength, or endurance. These are the results of daily choices, moving your body, nourishing it with the right foods, and allowing it to rest, that accumulate over weeks, months, and even years to create noticeable, lasting changes. This principle applies equally to our mindset and emotional well-being. Committing to reading for just 10 minutes a day may seem insignificant at first, but by the end of the year, you could have absorbed the wisdom of several books. Similarly, Making a habit of practicing gratitude each morning can gradually shift your entire outlook on life, fostering a sense of abundance and appreciation that permeates your daily experiences. What's remarkable about this approach is that it doesn't demand drastic, overwhelming changes. Instead, it invites you to focus on small, manageable actions that, when repeated consistently, accumulate into profound and lasting shifts. This method allows for a sustainable path to growth, one that builds momentum over time without burning you out or requiring monumental efforts. A critical yet often underestimated element of continuous improvement is the mindset we bring to the process. The journey towards self-betterment isn't just about actions. It begins with cultivating a particular way of thinking, a growth mindset. This is a mindset that reframes challenges, transforming them from seemingly insurmountable obstacles into opportunities for learning, adaptation, and progress. People with a growth mindset don't see their intelligence, talents, or abilities as static or predetermined qualities. Instead, they understand that through effort, persistence, and thoughtful practice, they can develop and grow in any area of their life, regardless of where they start. This perspective creates a space for constant evolution. Rather than becoming discouraged by setbacks, we learn to interpret them as crucial feedback, signals pointing out areas that require further attention or a different approach. What might seem like failure through a fixed mindset becomes, in the context of a growth mindset, an invaluable part of the process, an invitation to refine, rethink, and re-engage with our goals. This attitude shifts the focus away from avoiding mistakes toward embracing them as essential stepping stones on the path to mastery. Moreover, the power of this mindset lies in its ability to liberate us from the crippling fear of failure. When we no longer equate our worth with our ability to be perfect, we give ourselves permission to embrace progress, even if that progress is incremental. The emphasis moves from "I must get it right the first time" to "I am constantly getting better." This shift in perspective, while subtle, holds profound implications for how we approach not only our personal growth, but also our relationships, careers, and overall sense of fulfillment. We begin to value the journey, recognizing that the small, steady improvements we make every day are far more significant and sustainable than the elusive goal of perfection. The path to continuous improvement is not without its hurdles. One of the most significant barriers we face is our natural resistance to change. This resistance is deeply rooted in our psyche, as human beings are wired to gravitate towards familiarity. Even when we intellectually understand that growth requires change, our comfort zones provide a sense of security that is difficult to abandon. They act as a psychological safety net, but that same sense of comfort often becomes a prison, holding us back from the transformation we seek. At the heart of this resistance lies fear in its many forms. There's the fear of failure, which often stems from past experiences of falling short or disappointing ourselves and others. Then there's the fear of judgment, where the opinions of those around us become a heavy burden, making us reluctant to step into unknown territory. Ironically, even the fear of success can hold us back. The thought of achieving something great can be equally daunting because with success comes new expectations and responsibilities, often pushing us into uncharted waters. These fears can make the idea of change seem overwhelming, causing us to hesitate before we even begin. We may delay starting a new habit or pursuing a new goal because the scope of what needs to change feels too large or daunting. Past failures further reinforce this hesitation, making the journey ahead seem insurmountable. The first step in overcoming this resistance is to recognize that fear is a natural, even necessary part of the growth process. It's not something to eliminate, but something to navigate. Fear can serve as a compass, pointing toward the areas of our life where growth is most needed. The key is to prevent that fear from becoming a roadblock. Instead of allowing it to paralyze us, we can channel it into action by breaking down our larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This approach reduces the feeling of overwhelm and makes change feel attainable. Rather than attempting to overhaul our entire lives in one go, we focus on small, specific changes. When we succeed in these smaller areas, we gain confidence, which fuels the momentum to take on bigger challenges. Another often overlooked but crucial element in overcoming resistance is cultivating self-compassion. We tend to be our own harshest critics, especially when we fail to meet our expectations. This harsh self-judgment creates a toxic feedback loop, where every misstep reinforces a narrative of inadequacy, making it harder to continue moving forward. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in how we relate to ourselves. Instead of berating ourselves for not being perfect, we need to treat ourselves with the same kindness and patience we would offer to a close friend in a similar situation. Self-compassion doesn't mean letting ourselves off the hook or ignoring our mistakes. Rather, it means acknowledging our humanity and imperfections while remaining committed to the process of growth. By fostering this mindset, we create a supportive internal environment where continuous improvement becomes not just possible, but sustainable over the long term. Continuous improvement is not just a phase or a temporary undertaking. It's a profound, lifelong commitment. The process of bettering oneself isn't confined to a particular goal or milestone, but unfolds gradually, woven into the fabric of daily life. It demands patience, often more than we initially expect, and perseverance, because real growth takes time. Yet, the rewards of this journey are immeasurable. As we engage in this process, we begin to tap into a deeper well of fulfillment and purpose. Improvement becomes less about reaching a specific destination and more about the richness of the path itself. As we continue moving forward, no matter how slowly, we start to feel an increasing sense of alignment with our deeper selves. Life becomes more meaningful, not because we have reached some state of perfection, but because we've learned to embrace the continual unfolding of who we are becoming. The act of striving, of refining our habits, thoughts, and actions infuses each day with intention. Every small step forward contributes to a greater sense of connection with ourselves, our goals, and the world around us. Now consider what your life might look like if you committed to improving just 1% each day. While this may seem minuscule in the moment, these small, consistent efforts compound over time. It's this accumulation of small victories that ultimately transforms the trajectory of your life, crafting a future filled with meaning, depth, and joy. Improvement doesn't have to be drastic or dramatic to be impactful. It's the steady, daily commitment that reshapes who we are. So, take a moment now to reflect on what one small change you can make today that will bring you closer to the person you aspire to be. It could be something as simple as carving out a few minutes for quiet reflection, reading a few pages of an inspiring book, or going for a walk to refresh your mind. The change doesn't need to be monumental. It just needs to move you forward. Remember, the true essence of continuous improvement lies in progress, not perfection. It's about learning to value the process of becoming, understanding that every step, no matter how small, is part of a much larger and more profound journey. Thank you for being part of today's exploration into the transformative power of continuous improvement. As we've delved into, the essence of a meaningful life isn't rooted in grand, sweeping changes or overnight success. Instead, it's found in the subtle, often unnoticed daily efforts that gradually shape our lives. It's about choosing to engage with each moment, recognizing the potential for growth in the simplest of actions, and understanding that even the smallest step forward can lead to profound transformation over time. Every day offers us a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to learn, reflect, and refine who we are. This journey of self-improvement isn't about racing towards a final destination. It's about nurturing a lifelong relationship with growth. The beauty of this process lies in its patience, the ability to trust in the slow, steady evolution of becoming a better version of ourselves, not just for the sake of accomplishment, but for the joy of deepening our understanding of who we are and what we are capable of. If today's episode resonated with you, I encourage you to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback helps us continue creating content that supports your journey. And as you move forward in your day, remember this: life is not about perfection, but progress. It's a journey of continuous growth, filled with endless opportunities to evolve. Embrace this process wholeheartedly, with all its challenges and triumphs, and you'll be amazed at the places it can take you, both within and beyond. Keep moving forward, and let the journey inspire you.